Well, started racing when I was 15 at the cycle track at Herne Hill, coming from the school. By the time I was 17, I was British champion, juniors, sprint. They sent me to the Commonwealth Games for the experience at that age as well. At 18, I was amateur champion over 20 kilometers. At 19, in the team pursuit team, we won the British Championship, British record. Then I moved over to Belgium, moved on from this country because I felt at that time that I'd already reached as far as I could go here. And so I went there to further my career as a professional rider, turned professional in 1977, rode against some of the greatest riders of all time, Eddie Merckx, people like that. And I was going along quite well in that, but unfortunately I had a bad crash in Argentina in '84 at 28 years old. I stopped with my career as a professional cyclist, and at that point then I opened my bike shop. I was always riding on my bike even though I wasn't racing anymore, but unfortunately with the business it was taking a lot of my time, but as the business got stronger I was able to have other people working there, which gave me a little bit more time to enable me to do things like the Etape. And so I found out about this Etape and it interested me because of the mountains and the Pyrenees and the Alps, which is something I'd never did as a professional cyclist. So, so I was looking, it was a new challenge for me. So I started with that and found out it wasn't quite as easy as I thought. But also I did have, at that time, due to possibly the stress of the business over the years, I was having some problem with stomach acid. And so I noticed an advert for Neovite in the cycling magazine and thought to myself, well, I should give this a try. It might help me. And so I started to use Neovite for my stomach problem. The stomach problem has improved quite a bit since I was using it. But what happened then was I come across the owner of the business of Neovite at Herne Hill cycle track, and told him I was doing these things, these sportive rides, and so he decided to assist me, help me with it, and so I started to use Neovite, and I went from getting a silver to gold. It was enabled me to train harder, and that enabled me to get the gold in the Etape. Yeah. I was having a training session in Lanzarote, and unfortunately I got hit by a car from behind. Didn't see the car, didn't know. Car hit me from behind, and it was a near fatal accident. Actually, the doctor actually thought I was gone. He thought I was dead. But after 15 minutes, I came around and they airlifted me to Gran Canaria. I was in hospital there for some time with a broken back and other injuries, head injuries. So it was a slow process of recovery. But as soon as I got back to the UK, John helped me again with some Neovite, and I started to make some recovery in September. The day Nicole Cook won the Olympic medal, I made a start back into training. I thought that, you know, it was something that spurred me on to get back into it. Even though my wife and a lot of people thought I was crazy to be riding again. Anyway, I started in September, and by the next year in July 2009, last year, I once again rode the Etape and managed to, out of the 9,500 that started, I came 308th and 38th in my age group. So I was pretty much back to full recovery. which was pleasing. I was hoping that all the bad experiences were behind me, but in November last year, out riding, and I slipped on some diesel on the road and fell and landed in a ditch on my back, and my leg was broke. I knew at the time it was broke. I couldn't move at all, and they took me to Farnborough Hospital in Kent, and they confirmed that it was broke, and they operated on me on the Saturday. I came out on the Monday. I spoke to John on the phone from Neovite, and he quickly got me some of the product to help my recovery. And at this stage now, I'm walking without crutches now, and I've started riding. Started riding in Lanzarote last week, and to my surprise, I was able to leave a rider behind, which I didn't expect at this stage. It's coming along. I've entered for the Etape in July, and I'm going to try my best.